Hello. So this is a special surprise pop-up masterclass. We're going to be activating some crystals today for abundance. So I'm just going to give a second here to let this populate. I can see people are starting to join me here. So let me know if you're here. And please, if you would like to do this process, go and grab a crystal or crystals. And if you have any questions, I'm streaming in 4 different places, so I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to see all the questions. But if you have any, type them in and I'll try to watch. I'm going to for sure be watching my group. I'm going to activate a couple of citrine points that I'm going to make a grid out of, a crystal grid later today. So quartz, any type of quartz works really well for activating with your intentions. So clear quartz, rose quartz, amethyst, citrine, smoky quartz. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to grab your crystals. And while you're doing that, I'm going to share a little bit about my upcoming class. Okay. My live stream was removed by Facebook yesterday, day 3 of the masterclass. For any of you guys who were looking for that, there were too many and too rapid of comments yesterday. And apparently Facebook didn't like that. It said it went against its community standards. So Facebook removed the live stream, day 3 of the Sacred Art of Becoming a Manifesting Alchemist, from my Facebook group. However, I did upload it onto YouTube, and it is available in the group Sacred Soul Alignment with Alicia Hartzell. It's pinned to the top of the page. So if you missed that class, it was amazing. And it's also available here on my private page and my business page, but I streamed a different way, and you won't be able to see the slides or the video that I played, but you can watch the class from those places as well. So I'd love to hear if you were there yesterday. We had an amazing chat afterwards about the Sacred Soul Alignment course that I am teaching that starts at the end of this month. And I had a few beautiful, amazing Sacred Soul Alignment practitioners that joined me to share their experiences. And there was some really incredible shares. I'm going to be editing that video and just sharing that part so that all of you who might be wondering about Sacred Soul Alignment or thinking about joining me, so that you can see that. And I'm going to be using a few alignments to activate for you your crystals that you bring to this masterclass. If you are a Sacred Soul Alignment practitioner, you will know how to do that, and you will be able to do that for yourself. That's one of the things that that I teach in right away in level 1. You will learn how to activate crystals for yourself. And I'm actually just looking at my registration page right now because I wanted to check something. So something unusual happened yesterday. So I often have a special bonus for the first few people that sign up for my classes. And historically, those bonuses, it takes between 1 and 3 days usually for that bonus to be gone. Um, However, yesterday, before we were even done with day 3 of the masterclass, that bonus, all of those spots were full and that bonus was gone. But we went really long and we didn't finish up until after business hours for my team. And I don't know how to delete the bonus off of my sales page, off of my registration page. And so I had to ask for help with that from my tech guy. And so I said that to remain in integrity with the promise that's on the web page, which says if you're seeing this, this bonus is still available, that I would allow for anyone who signs up by 9 a.m. today to have that bonus. However, he still has not gotten to removing that from the page. I put that into his tasks last night, but I know Eric has a ton of things that he's trying to get done, scrambling for a few clients right now. And so I wanted to see and look if that bonus is still on the page, and it still is. So if you register for Sacred Soul Alignment, let me drop the link here. By the end of this class today that you're watching, if you're watching live, or you go to the web page, sacredsoulalignment.com/program, and it's still on there, you will get it. And I'm going to actually be doing 2 separate calls because there's already almost 20 people signed up. I can't find my live stream. Here it is. And I wanted to keep it pretty small. So if you register and that bonus is still there, you get that bonus. And the bonus is it was supposed to be for the first 10 people, but I'm going to have 2 different sessions. And it's going to be a really special 1-hour crystal tones sound healing that's individualized with healing with specific alignments. For the people that are joining me, I'll be reaching out to you and you can share your intentions with me. And I'm going to be handpicking and personalizing the healing for those 10 people that are joining me for each session. And if we happen to have more than about 20 people, I'll add another session on. But I want to make sure that those of you who see that bonus on the registration page, that what's written there is true and that you will get that bonus. So you'll also get the recording so that you can repeat it over and over again. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. I'm going to be using alignments from a couple of alignments from my crystal series, and I just want to point out that that's also, it's a pay in full bonus. So this course, this 8-week course, is $888 if you pay in full. I also have a 6-month and a 12-month payment plan, but if you pay in full, you also get my crystal series for self-healing. So you get attuned yourself to be able to use and run the energy of 29 crystal alignments. And if you go into level 2, you also get attuned to the whole crystal class for use with other people. So I wanted to point that out, that is also going to be one of the bonuses for, or it is one of the bonuses if you pay in full. I also teach you guys how to do this yourself with alignments. Straight away in level 1, you get a special class on that. So I am only putting the link, let's see, I'll have to go back to YouTube and put it in. Let me go ahead and put it in on my personal page and in the business, on my business page. And hopefully you guys have your crystals and we can get started here. So once again, quartz crystals work the absolute best. They hold our instructions really well. So if you have any type of quartz crystal, I just want to put this link here on this for Sacred Soul Alignment, and welcome if you're new. I'm seeing some comments. Okay, let me see if there's questions. There's always questions about these. The crystal series is my favorite series. And Jill says, programming crystals is such a fun, useful tool. I have crystals programmed all over my house. In fact, my necklace, my bracelet, those are programmed. I have shungite pyramids that I've activated with protection energies all over my house. I use crystal grids and activate all of the crystals in the crystal grids for all kinds of things. Awesome, Vicky. I'm just looking at the comments. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions, so we're going to get started. And by the way, Sacred Soul Alignment Level 1 starts on February 28th. And I did put the link in there. And just one last note before we get started. I was guided through my intuition to actually offer this class at the lowest price that I have ever offered it. It has a discount even steeper than what I normally give. I normally give a discount right before I teach live for a couple of weeks. And I was guided to actually offer this even a little bit lower than that because of this worldwide recession that we seem to be in. And I want to make this class possible for as many of you that are feeling guided to join me. And that's why I also, right off the bat, opened up the 12-month payment plan. So, all right, let me know if you have your crystals because we're going to get started. So I just want to give you a couple tips for working with crystals. For those of you who are not Sacred Soul Alignment practitioners and may not come through this class, you can still activate crystals. You just won't be able to activate them with alignments, of course, because you're not attuned to them, but you can activate them with your intentions. But today I'm going to actually be activating your crystals for you with some alignments, and you can also bring in your own intentions. So before you activate a crystal, I like to cleanse my crystals. And my favorite way to do that is using the most powerful cleansing tool that I know of, which is a tool that I co-created that's part of Sacred Light. And it's actually a bonus for Sacred Soul Alignment because this is a necessary tool. And that is the Sacred Light Purification. So I'm going to be clearing your crystals for you today, whether you're here live or on the replay. All you need to do is just choose to accept this with the Sacred Light Purification. And if you're a Sacred Soul Alignment or Sacred Light practitioner, that would be the method that I would most recommend. But there's also some other methods, of course, to clear crystals. And that is, I'm going to just give you a couple of my favorite ones. So you can clear your crystals with water and frankincense oil. Frankincense contains orange prana, orange energy, which will help clear any toxicity from the stone. And of course, you're not going to want to soak your stones in pure frankincense oil because that would be very expensive. So you just want to put a few drops of frankincense oil into a container of water and put your crystals in and let them soak for a few minutes to overnight, as long as they are not too soft. So you can look up, it's called Mors, M-O-R-S, and look up the hardness level of the crystals that you're working with. So if it's quartz are fine to soak in water, but some crystals are not safe to put in water, such as selenite or lepidolite. So you want to make sure that they're safe to put in the water, and you can look that up online by looking at their hardness rating, their MORS rating, and just you can just Google if it's safe to put them in water. Sacred frankincense has an even stronger vibration, but it's harder to find. Young Living makes an excellent sacred frankincense oil. Another place where I have gotten sacred frankincense is by Revive Oils. Young Living is a multi-level marketing company, so if you want to avoid those, and it's also more expensive, Revive oils are good in my experience, and they make a good sacred frankincense. And then once you just are done with that water, just make sure you dispose of it properly. I like to pour it down the toilet because it will have the negative energy that the crystals may have had. It will do a really good job at cleansing your crystals. You can also do the same thing with water and vodka or some other type of pure alcohol. Just put a little bit of the alcohol in the water. Vodka also has a strong orange prana, so that's going to help to clear the energy. So you want, just again, you want the, oh, sorry, I said the hardness name wrong. It's MOH. You want to look up the hardness level, and you want it to be 5 or less. MOH, hardness level of your crystals, to make sure that it is or 5 or more. Sorry, do not submerge crystals with a hardness level of 5 or less. Somebody might have caught that and is commenting. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the comments right now, but just look it up online before you put water in your crystals. If they are too soft for you to put them in water, you can clear them with salt. Just put them in a bowl of salt. Salt is very cleansing. You don't want to use that method with really porous or really fragile stones either. And if that's the case, then you could use sound to clear your crystals. A singing bowl, a tuning fork, some type of high vibrational sound will help to clear your crystals. So before you activate them, you want to clear them, and we're going to do that together today. And then just remember that crystals are actually, they're living beings. Now, they're not of the animal category, but they grow in the earth. They're living beings and they have a consciousness. So we want to respect that. And you want to ask your crystal for permission before you begin working with it. Just connect with it. I like to address my crystals with some sort of reverence, such as beloved spirit of the quartz crystal. And ask for permission from your crystal. And I can usually feel, I'll feel resistance in my body if the answer is no, and that actually doesn't happen very often. You can, if you don't feel like your intuition is attuned that finely to be able to sense that, you can use a pendulum. And I like working with pendulums. This is a crystal pendulum. It is, I forget the name of this crystal, but it's got like 27 different crystals in it. I got this in Sedona, I think. But you can ask, your pendulum to show me yes or show me no. That's what it looks like for me. I think you guys can see that. My pendulum will swing this way when it's a no. I'm not asking it right now, and purposely swinging it, and it will swing like this when it's a yes, but your pendulum may be different. And in fact, in Sacred Soul Alignment Level 1, I have a pendulum class to teach my students how to use a pendulum, and I actually activate their pendulum for them for the energy of truth and discernment. So you can use a pendulum to get the answer from your crystal if you don't feel that your intuition is as highly attuned to be able to discern that. And then once you feel, your crystal's clear and it's in alignment with holding these intentions for you, then we can go about projecting our specific energies or qualities or intentions into the crystal. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. And you can bring your own specific intentions. We're going to be working with the energy of abundance. And I'm going to make an abundance grid later today, and I'll share that with you guys in this group. So I just want to give you guys a couple of tips on which crystals to work for with which intentions. So smoky quartz is really ideal for working with absorbing toxic energies. Smoky quartz actually receives its brown or black color through exposure to natural radiation. And energetically, this gives it a tremendous capacity to absorb toxic energies. And it is a member of the quartz family. It holds instructions really well. Obsidian is also a really good crystal to work with for absorbing negative energy and protection. As well as black tourmaline and jet are also really, really good at doing that. Selenite is a naturally self-clearing stone, although most selenite sold is actually not selenite. And the name is escaping me right now, but I'm sure somebody on here probably knows. But selenite is also really good for absorbing negative energies. In fact, I have a big chunk of selenite on the side of my bed that I put, and I have also a little selenite bowl that I put jewelry in that I wear regularly so that it's cleansed overnight. So those are some good crystals for like clearing the space and protection energies, protection intentions. Clear quartz will take and hold any instruction very well. And once it's charged with your intentions, it does a really good job to broadcast your intentions. Amethyst can hold the powerful violet ray energy. So it's really good also for just transmuting negative energies, but also transmitting really high vibrational energies. Ocean jasper is my favorite crystal to activate. And if you've done any of my crystal classes with me, you know this. Because ocean jasper, and I actually don't have I think I have I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. I think I have a little piece over here. And ocean jasper is actually getting good quality ocean jasper, as with many crystals, is getting a little bit hard to find. So what you want to look for with an ocean jasper is, let me see here if I can see myself. So you can see this is a little slab of ocean jasper, and you can see all these little tiny white dots. This is a really densely packed this is a really good piece of ocean jasper, but they're densely packed with natural quartz spheres inside the ocean jasper crystal. And these spheres act like an energy battery. They're constantly transmitting energy. And so they will hold information and the imprints that we put into them, the programming that we're putting into them, really, really well. And it's really optimal for all types of manifestation work. So often I use this particular piece of crystal often as the base of a oh gosh, my brain, a generator. I couldn't think of the word. My brain's a little shot. So if you have a crystal with a flat bottom and a point, that's a really good crystal to put in the center of a grid. So just imagine that this crystal had a flat base and I could set it down and it would stand up. This would be a perfect combination for abundance. So I take this, I use this as a base for my generator crystal in a lot of my grids, actually. Um, all right. So, and then of course, rose quartz is really good at holding intentions for love. So if you want to make maybe a love grid or have a crystal activated for your love intentions. I had one, I took it down a little while ago when I was reorganizing my living room, but I had a grid right by my front door um, for love in general, so that anybody coming into my environment would just feel that loving, supportive energy. So, those are just a few suggestions for you. So, does everybody have your crystal? I'm actually going to use I'm going to use a sort of incantation that I learned in a crystal class that I took online by an amazing teacher named Robert Gilbert of the Vesica Institute. He has a really cool class that I took, and I learned a lot. I learned all about ocean jasper there. And in that class, he offered this incantation to instruct the crystals. And so I'm going to go ahead and use that today. And I'm going to be using several sacred soul alignments. And he does give permission to use this incantation. And we're going to be, so the way that the beings that he invites in for support are healing angels, holy masters, helpful elementals, and beloved Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael. So if there are specific helpers or guides that you would like to connect with, or that doesn't resonate with you, you can just sort of set that aside. Um, so thank you, Diane. I knew somebody would know this. Most selenite that is sold is not selenite, it's satin spar. Debbie is suggesting moonlight overnight to clear the crystals. Sunlight will also work. There's a lot of ways to clear crystals. And working with crystals is one of my really top favorite things to do. Okay, let's get started. I have my two crystals here, and I like to hold my crystals in my left hand when I'm activating them. And I need some water there. So I'm going to just guide you into a connection with your heart. I'm not going to do the full heart of creation connection because I'm going to be the one running the energy here, and you don't really need to be fully in the theta brain state, and I can get there instantly. So have your crystals and hold them in your hand if you can. If they're too big, you can just set them aside beside you, and you can activate more than one at a time. We'll just be activating them all with the same intentions. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and activate my ocean jasper as well. And let me tell you the alignments I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using, yes, Josephine is also saying sage. Sage is excellent at clearing crystals too. And if you want to explore that beyond the suggestions that I've given, Google is your friend. So I'm going to bring in highest intentions because this is going to help amplify your own individual intentions that you are bringing in for abundance. So if you have something specific that you are creating that maybe you began working with on the masterclass this week, you can share those intentions in the comments if you'd like. And sharing always does help amplify our intentions. It really, truly does. I'm also going to be bringing in expanding infinite abundance. This alignment works with your own divine aspect through your own source connection, as does everything that I work with, and several sacred technologies to open up and expand into infinite abundance, expanding your abundance consciousness in all areas of your life so that you have the energetic space to receive infinite abundance and the ability to hold and anchor that abundance in all aspects of your being and all areas of your life. And that's from my wealth series, which is actually part of the level 2 certification. And then Abundance of the Ocean, also part of the wealth series. This allows you to tap into abundance that is as vast and deep as the ocean and channel it into your life. It brings in the knowledge and energy that you need to bring abundance into all aspects of your life and will connect you to the unlimited abundance available to us on this planet. And I'm going to use 2 alignments from the crystal series, and you get attuned to both of these if you come into Sacred Soul Alignment, and if you're able to pay in full, you get that crystal class bonus to attune you to 29 crystal alignments, including my Andara series. So I'm going to be bringing in Andara, and Andaras, let me know if you are familiar with Andaras. They are not technically not a crystal. They're technically a type of glass. They are, I happen to have a little document up here about them. Andara means to travel by light, and they are bioelectric transmitters allowing interdimensional communication with star realms not from this galaxy. They are found in very particular places on this planet, and the original place that most true Andaras have come from is in Northern California. And they are very rare. They're actually a type of glass. They're technically not a crystal, but they're made of prima matra, which is prime matter, that was heated very, very hot under the ground. And I just wanted to find some other information about it, but I'm not seeing them. The forms of prima matra we have in existence today are less of a high vibration than the original prima matra, but they are also very powerful for spiritual transformation and physical healing. And I'm not finding what I wanted, so that's all I'll share about that. So anyway, I'm bringing in Andaras are one of my favorite crystals to work with. I have a pretty good collection, and they can be pretty expensive. So I've created alignments for a few of these. So Andarian Earth Green. This will bring in the frequency of heaven on earth, unconditional love and compassion. It assists you in expanding your abundance consciousness and eliminates feelings of lack and scarcity. It connects you with the infinite, abundant heart of Gaia and brings in the energy of growth, assisting in new beginnings and creations. It also heals and activates our heart chakras. And I'm going to bring in citrine. And just a note about citrine, since I mentioned this about selenite, most citrine sold is actually not real citrine. It's actually baked amethyst. So if you have citrine that's really bright orange or has those dog tooth shape in a cluster, that is not citrine. That is baked amethyst. Authentic citrine looks more, it's like this. This is authentic citrine. It's pale. Sometimes it's difficult to distinguish. I have some smoky citrine that I have a hard time distinguishing from between that and my smoky quartz. So natural citrine is pale yellow, not orange or amber. But the citrine alignment unlocks creativity, brings clarity, and magnifies your manifestation work. clearing and dissolving beliefs that may be hindering your co-creations, especially relating to abundance. It will connect you to your powers of creativity and your divine will. It will also strengthen your physical endurance and balance your endocrine system and your metabolism. So if those are things you're working on, you can just bring in the intention to receive it for yourself as well. All of these you can receive for yourself as well. Okay, so I'm going to just get you guys in your heart. We're going to clear our crystals. I'm going to use the sacred light purification, and then I'm going to guide you through that incantation that is written by Robert Gilbert. And if my memory serves me right, I think he actually got this from Jean Eng, who is a spiritual teacher, but he teaches it in his crystal class. But I believe it originated with Jean Eng, if I'm remembering right. So just go ahead and take a moment and close your eyes. And just drop down into your heart, placing your focus and awareness on your heart. You can place your hand on your heart if that helps you connect in. And just allow your breath to slow and deepen. Feeling into the connections that are always there between your heart and the heart of Gaia, and your heart and the heart of creation. And just feeling into your heart to heart connection with your own higher self or divine aspect. And just allowing yourself to merge, your human aspect to merge with your divine aspect. And through that merge, allowing yourself to expand all the way into the quantum field. Good. And now I invite you to just hold your crystals and through your heart, just connect to the energy of your crystals or crystal. And just ask your crystal, the consciousness of your crystal, if it is in agreement to hold and amplify your intentions. If you have a pendulum, you can use that. And just feel in your body. If you feel any tightness or resistance in your body, that may indicate that your crystal is not in agreement. And I'm going to bring in the sacred light purification to clear our crystals. And that might actually change the answer if you're feeling a no. So just, you can agree that you're accepting this energy. Divine love and light, running the sacred light purification now for everyone here listening live or on the replay, and all of the crystals that we're working with. Thank you. And now just feeling into your crystal, the consciousness of your crystal. Asking permission. If you are still feeling any resistance, you can grab another crystal and you can come back and repeat this if you'd like to. But it's pretty rare that I feel a no, especially once I clear it. And now this incantation has some flowery words, but I really like it. So you can just repeat after me in your own mind. And if there's any words that you don't resonate with, just leave those out or replace them with something else. There's no magic to this specific combination of words. All right, so beloved source of all beings, beloved source of all beings, the one. Beloved solar logos, Christos. So golden Christ energy. Beloved Holy Spirit and guardian angels. And just if that doesn't resonate, just replace it with your own terms. Thank you for your blessings and gifts of life, love, and light. Thank you for your blessings and gifts of life, love, and light. Beloved healing angels, holy masters, and helpful elementals. Beloved archangels Raphael and Michael. Which is actually pronounced Michael. We're not used to saying it that way. Thank you for the great blessings in my life. Thank you for your love, protection, guidance, and help. Okay, so we're calling in support from the etheric and the spiritual realms. So that's what we're doing there. We're really starting with gratitude and calling in support. And now working with our crystal. So beloved spirit of, so for me, beloved spirit of citrine and ocean jasper. So for you, just name your crystal, beloved spirit of. Please hold and carry these instructions. Now you can state in your mind or out loud your specific instructions. And I'm going to run the alignments that I mentioned to support all of that. So as you do that, I'm running in divine love and light, highest intention, expanding into highest intentions, expanding into infinite abundance, Andarian earth green, citrine, and abundance of the ocean. So running these for you and your crystals. And I'll give you just a minute to really bring forward all of your intentions. You can feel free to share them in the comments if you would like to. Good. So let's anchor these instructions in. You will carry out these instructions for the next, and if there's a specific time frame, just state that in your mind or out loud. I'm going to ask my crystals to carry these instructions for the next 25 days. I'll say that again. You will carry out these instructions for the next, for me, I'm choosing 25 days, or you can say until I release you from this job. Please draw solely from the quantum vacuum. This is important and I'll explain afterwards. Please draw solely from the quantum vacuum. No one but myself can change or end this instruction. Thank you for doing a great job. Bless you. And I'm going to use my sacred light close to anchor this into. I'm anchoring all of this energy into your crystals. Divine love and light, thank you. All right, so your crystals are now activated. So that is one of my favorite things to do. It's really fun and it's actually really powerful. So I have little pieces of citrine activated that I keep in my wallet. There's an unlimited, we're really limited by our imagination only. And that's the same way when working with sacred soul alignments too. There's so much creativity that we can bring forward and do so many different things. With crystals and especially with crystals and sacred soul alignments, the combination. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Now, what are you going to do with them? So I'm going to use mine in a crystal grid. You can put it on an altar if you have one, or by the side of your bed, or if it's small, you could put it in your wallet or your purse, since it's for abundance. Just somewhere that you're going to be able to see it and connect with it. And then, oh, cool, done at 4:44. And then when you're done, when you're, you know, if you didn't set a specific amount of time, you can just, when you're done and you want to release the crystal from doing that job, you just connect to it and just say, thank you for doing such a good job. You're now released. And if you want to, you can clear the crystal again, but it doesn't really need to be cleared from activated instructions like it does with negative energy. It just needs to be, released from that intention. So any questions? So Catherine, this, as soon as I end the live stream, it will populate the replay so you can come back and watch it. And I'm just going to check a couple places here. To see if I can see any questions. And I'm not seeing any questions. So just a brief recap of what I talked about while you guys were getting your crystals. I talked about the fact that the bonus was for 10 people. For Sacred Soul Alignment, the first 10 people to sign up was gone by the end of class yesterday, and it's still on my website. It has not been taken down. So if you sign up right now, you will get that bonus. I'm going to be doing at least two sessions, small group sessions with my crystal bowls. Here's one of them. And everybody's very specific intention. So it will be personalized specifically for you. And that is available because we had this, I had a very large response to the opening of my doors to Sacred Soul Alignment yesterday. So just I guess a reminder that if you see that on the sales page, on the registration page, it is available still. It will be taken down for sure by the end of the day today, but Eric has not gotten to it yet. So, and we start class soon, and I can't wait to see who is going to be joining me. There's some incredible people joining this class already. I'm so excited. So you can check out all the details if you have any questions about the class. And I'm going to try to pop into the group tomorrow. And do something that I love doing. I'm going to be pulling some cards, some oracle cards, but I do it differently than people usually do oracle card pulls. I choose the people randomly based on my intuition. I don't go like in order or anything. And then I'll pull the card for that person specifically, but then I will run an alignment that is connected to that message, and everyone can receive the alignment. So I'll pop in tomorrow at some point, probably in the morning, probably around 10 o'clock Pacific time. And get to the first at least 20 people or so. And that's a lot of fun when I do that. I love doing that. And people are always really resonating with the messages, even if they are not the one specifically chosen. And then everyone can receive the alignment. So watch for that tomorrow. And thanks for joining me, you guys. I love working with crystals. I'm going to go create my crystal grid. Show us a picture of what you did, what you're going to do with your crystals and the crystals that you activated. Make a post in the group. I would love to see it. And that's just really great for everybody because then we can all, join in on holding each other's intentions for each other. So have a great rest of your Friday afternoon, everybody. I will maybe see you tomorrow. So much love.